Hey guys, we're here at the 2019 Homesteaders of America conference, and we've got some people here. We've got Jess and Maya from Roots and Refuge, and they're speakers at this event. This whole video is going to be about the speakers of the Homesteaders of America conference. So let's get started. Hey, we're here at the Homesteaders of America conference with Justin and Rebecca. You guys are speaking here at the conference this year. What are you guys talking about?
We talked about designing your best homestead ever, using permaculture design, and then we're talking about how to use chickens in the garden so you don't have to do so much work.
Everybody say it with me. Don't grow anything you like. Let's embrace that, because I think sometimes we get into this mindset that, oh, we gotta grow everything. I do too. We grew like 187 spaghetti squashes. And Rebecca's like, I'm getting kind of sick of spaghetti squash. And well, how many do we really need? It's gonna last 6 months. How often can we really eat spaghetti squash and not burn out? Once every 2 weeks. Guys, for 6 months, what is that, 12? That's 12 spaghetti squash, okay? Don't grow 187.
How about one tip from the talk coming up, using chickens in the garden?
Chickens are the pain in the butt because they're always scratching and tearing things up, but they're also miracle workers because they scratch and tear things up. So turn that problem into a solution and putting chickens to work, prepping a garden bed, tilling it, or turning it in, or spreading compost, whatever.
I love this energy you're giving me right now.
You got me talking about chickens, you gave me chicken energy. That's what you call it, chicken energy.
Ooh.
Permaculture chicken energy master energy.
Chicken lady.
I'm the crazy chicken lady. I'm gonna have a quiz.
Okay.
Wait, let's quiz him. Are you the crazy chicken lady?
I think so.
Oh, okay. Well, do you have a name for at least one of your chickens?
We've got probably 4 to 5 have a name.
Do you have more than a dozen chickens per person in your household?
No.
We have
25 and we have 5
failed.
people, so it's 5 to 1 ratio.
We are the crazy chicken people.
Nobody, though, has lived with chickens for 24 hours. I got everybody. Beat that.
What do you want people to do when they go home from here? What kind of...
Oh.
You just want them to go back home, just watch YouTube and just watch you?
No, don't watch me. Just plant. Just go plant something. Go get you can order on Amazon a basil planting kit. They give you the jar, the soil, everything. Amazon Prime. Just plant something, even if it's your windowsill, a basil.
Go live the dream, man. Yeah. Live the dream. You don't need to watch YouTube to live the dream.
Nope. You've learned enough. Go do it now.
Hey, we're here with Rose from Wholesome Roots, and she's one of the speakers here at the conference this year. What did you talk about?
We did a presentation on dairy goats on the homestead, and we also did a pollination class, and we're going to be doing the seed starting class right after this for the kids.
This isn't an us talking at you kind of thing. This is us talking together, and it's a community, and in a way it's a family, and I just can't wait to see where this is going to go in another 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. You know, I hope this becomes like some other great events where it's almost like a family reunion, and you get to see some of your favorite people over and over every time they run one of these.
So you may be asking yourself, could you live in a yurt? Hopefully some of these things provided you with that, but just think about what needs do you have, what context do you have. Think about finding out what your building codes are in your area, and possibly meeting with those people to kind of brief them on what you're going to do. Think about some of those things red tape that you may have to go through to set it up, but it can be done.
All right, so there's a bunch of kids classes here this weekend, and they've got a whole area. They're going to show off chicks. Joel Salatin's going to do a talk with the kids tomorrow, and right now they're making some kind of yarn deal here. So let's see what they're making in here.
What colors can I get for you, honey?
Green.
Green. Need these colors down here?
Yeah.
Which one?
What's these?
You can have these too. These are kind of like blended colors.
Yeah.
You want some of this?
Yeah. Okay, so next you're going to take the bubble side.
Perfect.
You're going to put it like that, and you're going to rub it all over, okay? Hi.
That looks cool.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a tree silhouette, sort of.
I like it. All right, we're here with Doug and Stacy from Off Grid and Doug and Stacy. They're speakers at this weekend's conference. You guys had fun here?
It was always a good
It was
time.
amazing.
Love
The
it.
weather was beautiful.
Yep.
All the people here were really
Beautiful.
awesome. Beautiful people, and it's so cool to talk to so many people who have are going on this homesteading journey. I mean, I've talked to so many more
that are
people.
just starting out or thinking about starting out soon. Yeah.
Yeah, the fever is
So when
real.
you come to these things, it's not just a bunch of people already doing it. It's a lot of people that are wanting to do it and getting the information.
Cold shower challenge.
We always lose you guys at the cold shower. It's like, yeah. Cold shower?
Because I was the same way, and what I do is, when we go in, I would try my breathing just to kind of relax myself. Now I cannot. I used to take the hottest showers. I used to have eczema, my skin itched all the time. My skin is better than it's ever been my whole life.
So what did you guys talk about at the conference?
Talked about living an organic life, food, water, shelter, stuff like that, breath, health, all that good stuff.
Taking cold showers.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just getting out in sunshine and moving and just the whole life, playing in the dirt. That was one of them. And then we had a Q&A about homesteading and living off grid. And so it was good. It was really a lot of fun talking to people and just hanging out.
Anything stick out to you that you either got from it or an interaction with somebody that...
We had a couple of families that we really wanted to track from last year to this year. Okay. We're glad they showed back up because we were able to connect with them and listen to what happened to them during the 12 months since we left them and gave them some advice and see how their journey was going. And it was really fun to catch up with them and see exactly what had been happening over the 12 months. And both of them have had their property, they've built houses, and they're doing chickens and stuff already, and they're really excited about what the future holds.
And then there was another couple that we had talked to after one of our talks. They actually decided just to go totally off grid, and they have a downsize in a smaller house, and they're loving it too.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's kind of neat.
And so we learned a whole bunch of things that you should not do, like pretty quickly. And we learned a whole bunch of things that went really well.
Which we should not have had to do. We should have had people ahead of us teach us, right? I mean, seriously, like in the natural order of things, we should not have had to learn how to do something that's been done for 500 years consecutively. But there was a generational gap there, and we had to learn it the hard way by throwing a lot of pork away. So we don't want that to happen again, not for us or for anybody else.
Hey, we are here this is the luxury interview mobile with Ann, who's one of the speakers here. She's from A Farm Girl in the Making. What are you talking about this weekend?
I'm talking about preserving the harvest, every single method possible, and it coincides with my book, The Farm Girl's Guide to Preserving the Harvest.
What's something like a tip or something you can give to people for preserving the harvest?
Number one, to make it easy, follow through, check your resources, check them again, and check them a third time. Not everything is going to be panned out as is. Information is updated yearly. Make sure you know where you're pulling your resources from, and just have the courage to just do it.
All right, I'm here with Jason and Lorraine from Sow the Land. And where are you guys from?
From Asheville, North Carolina.
Another way how to be successful, and these are just all these platforms, I feel YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, any platforms that you're using to share what you're doing is consistency. And so it took a lot of patience also. You have to, I've learned that you really have to love doing these things. People, I don't think, there's a lot of people don't want to think that maybe there's some kind of like certain thing that helps, but it's really just all about consistency and patience.
All right, we are here with Jill Winger from the Prairie Homestead, and she is here speaking this weekend at the Homesteaders of America conference.
So today we talked all about from scratch cooking and how it's not hard, it's totally attainable, anyone can do it, and I gave some of my best techniques. And then tomorrow it's all about dairy animals. And this is where I think homesteading intersects beautifully with the kitchen, because most of us are drawn to homesteading because we love food. Amen? We like food, yes. And homesteading gives us a way to produce a lot of that food ourselves. But I've been talking to a lot of you this morning, and I know a lot of you are just starting out. You live in town, you live in an apartment, you live in the suburbs. We don't expect everyone to start out with the milk cow and the beef cattle like right off the bat, right? So there's still a lot of options, and I don't want you to feel disheartened that if you don't have 50 acres, then you can't do this, because there is so much you can do.
Why is an event like this, the Homesteaders of America conference, what brought you out here? Why do you think it's an important event to come to?
So community is everything, right? And for a lot of us, especially for me, even in Wyoming, we don't have a lot of homesteaders. And so it can be very isolating to be doing weird things like milking a cow or keeping chickens or growing tomatoes. And so just to have that reassurance that you're not alone, to bounce ideas off other people, and just to find that like-minded tribe, that's worth its weight in gold. So that was worth for us to come out here all the way from Wyoming, the travel and everything. It was this excellent event.
But this guy's chief of staff loved reishi. So what he did was he faked his death. At the big funeral, one of his guys put a drop of elixir on his lips and he came to life. You know, there's scammers in every generation. And ever since then, reishi just took off in China. And it's valid. It's very good for cancer, very good for the immune system. It's wonderful medicinal fungus. And if you remember the movie The Last Emperor, the little boy emperor, he had a silk robe with 2 deer embroidered in silk. In their mouths were reishi mushrooms.
We're here with Kaylee from the Homestead. What are you speaking on this weekend?
I am going to be speaking tomorrow. So this morning we did a kids workshop. I talked to the kids about pollination and the importance. And tomorrow we're going to be talking about raising pigs sustainably on your farm.
You can just start doing all the research that you possibly can, because most people, unfortunately, they just think pork is pork, you know, but understanding the different quality of breeds and what they can produce can ultimately give you a better desired cut in the long run.
Let me just tell you, I made every mistake in the book. We didn't have a coop. We didn't have a fence. We didn't have anything for these chickens. I had chickens in a cardboard box. Now, you know, I'm like, this is everything I tell people not to do now. Like, please be ready before you bring your animals home. You know, have your infrastructure set up. At least know what you're going to do in the future. Kind of have a plan.
Hey, we're here with Josh from Stoney Ridge Farmer, and you're one of the speakers here this weekend.
I am, twice.
What are you talking about?
Today we talked about fencing and farm planning, and tomorrow we're talking about chickens and building your own chicken feeder. A couple more designs that we have. This is what I call the Mac Daddy of chicken waterers. So you have a valve here. Inside of this is a toilet valve. So you just drill out a hole, you get the appropriate size drill bit, drill out your hole, you put your toilet valve in there, you connect it to a hose, very simple, and you've got an automatic chicken waterer, you've got a semi-transparent bucket that you can see where the water level is, so if something is malfunctioning, you'll know it really, really quickly.
Why'd you come out to an event like this?
It's just awesome, just to see so many people, and if you've never been to something like this, it's like a farmer YouTubers convention almost. It's like all your favorite YouTubers are here, plus all the cool, useful things that are all around. Premier One fencing over there, and sawmills and forges and all kinds of stuff.
We're here with Joel Salatin, the keynote speaker of the 2019 Homesteaders of America Conference, and really all 3 of the past years. What'd you talk about with everybody today?
Well, today I did a talk about pastured broilers this morning.
Selling for $3.20 a pound. How much is an ounce worth? 20 cents. So if you throw away 3 ounces just by sloppy processing, what's that worth? 60 cents. If you do 10,000 a year, what's that worth? $6,000. Whoa.
You butchered chickens.
Butchered chickens.
You talked about it.
Anybody can dress 20 or 30 birds in your backyard with a wood fire on a pot, you know, or you can get the hand pick them and that sort of thing. But as soon as you pass about 100 birds a year, you know, you're going to want to get some equipment. And the beautiful thing is when we started with this, 40 years ago, this kind of equipment was not available.
And then I did the keynote on kind of business aspects of the homestead.
So I'm all about not making any money. That didn't come out right. I'm all about not paying taxes. And if we can figure out a nice legal way to bleed off a lot of that income, it's good.
And then we did the question answer.
Next on the list is a book to take everything that we've done, scale it down to homestead levels. What do you do if you have 2 cows? What do you do if you have 20 chickens? Okay, and scale all the principles down. My working title is The Homesteader's Livestock Handbook.
Then I went up and read my storybook for children.
He gave a mighty leap, flapped his wings, and hacked his way out of the vast forest.
And yeah, it's been a day.
Yeah. Did you enjoy it?
Absolutely. Wonderful, wonderful people. What a great bunch of people.
I was trying to make a pig, but I'm not good at pigs.
Not good at pigs yet? Well, you will be. You will be. That's cool. Thank you. Is that for me?
Yes.
That's very cool.
Why do you come to this every year?
Well, it is important. It's important to inspire, to encourage. It's kind of lonely out there. It's really important that we continue to make progress.
So, 2020 Homesteaders of America Conference. Why should people come to that?
Definitely to plug in. It is so easy whenever you're going after this lifestyle that's not mainstream to get discouraged and feel like, what's the point? You know, I mean, like when you're going in the grocery store and you're seeing all this produce for 78 cents a pound and you're, talking to people at your workplace and in your family that act like you're crazy. Coming here, you look around and you're like, no, this is a movement.
Because there are people who came all the way from California. I asked people to raise their hands if they came more than 10 hours. Over half the people raised their hand for 10 hours. Why? Because everybody back 10 hours ago thought they were crazy. But here, this is normal.
We're just all normal. Find your tribe. Find your tribe, learn what you're doing, and just come to meet people that you enjoy watching, reading, hearing, and seeing all the time. And meet new people, of course.
We'll see you guys next year.
Bye.